guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. Well, they don't want us to reopen this country. Let's talk about that. Today's episode is brought to you by all of you patriots. I appreciate every thumbs up. Had a great time talking with y'all last night. Released the video kind of late yesterday evening, and we talked and discussed late into the night. Stayed up a little bit too late and been at it again this morning. Really appreciate these conversations and all of the support and encouragement. And I think this matters, and I do like the dialogue that we are creating here in the freedom community. So for every like, thumbs up, every share, all of that stuff, every subscribe, appreciate you, patriots. They don't want to open this country. Want to talk about that. And I got one specific thing that I do want to, or situation I want to get onto your radar. It matters. Going to walk you through that, and I want to hear your opinion here in just a minute. They don't want this country open. They want it shut down. The House, some of the members within the House, the squad, they are talking with specific language about using this pandemic to expand the federal government. AOC went nuts yesterday, and I'll put a link to that article down below. Went absolutely nuts this week, wanting this country shut down, and they are refusing to even talk about opening it back up. Makes absolutely no sense to anybody who has done their homework. Here's the one that I want to get on your radar. And I've been watching this pretty closely. It happened, this is fresh. It just happened Wednesday and Thursday, but it kind of got stirred up a little bit yesterday evening. Ventura County, California, Dr. Levin, he is the Ventura County Health Director. He had a press conference walking the county and walking people through what they're going to be doing in Ventura County. Speaking of the, you know what, Dr. Levins, he announced a pilot program that will grow into a larger program. We will find everyone with, his words were, we're going to find everybody with. And he announced that it's a pilot program, his words, a pilot program in May. Like we're talking about this in May, not back in, February. In May, he said we got a pilot program starting now that's going to grow into a larger program. Listen to his words. If they live in a home, if they live in a home where there is only one bathroom and there are 3 or 4 other people living there, we are not going to be able to keep that person in that home. Close quote. I'm going to snap my fingers twice today. Here's the first one. Bam, I'm done with that guy. If he has the audacity to say the words, we're not going to allow that person to stay there. It's not the government's job to monitor how many bathrooms we have in our house, to monitor what we do in our day-to-day lives. Listen to his words. We are not going to be able to keep that person in that home, like their home. Well, for starters, Dr. Levin, the government, you people, you don't keep us in our homes. You don't allow us to live in our houses. We are not here serving at your behest. You're not the one that keeps us in our house, and we're not all sitting here like some people do, but the middle America, we don't. We are not here sucking off the government bottle. The government allows nothing. This one got me. I do not like this story. I'll put a link to that story right down below. Check it out. Get it on your radar. Now, the interesting thing is Dr. Levin, the very next day, why? Because of massive public outrage. He backed up on those comments and he said, "Oh, blah, 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 blah. I didn't really mean it that way." Yeah, then why did you say it that way in a planned press conference? I think we're at a point now where people are starting to protest, and I think it's not for the reason that the mainstream media wants you to believe. We're not protesting to go get our hair done. It's not about going to the salon. It's about opening up our businesses. It's about that lady in Dallas that wanted to feed her family, literally earning dollars to feed her children. The protests are not about gearing up and kitting up and going out and showing off our shiny rifles. Maybe for a few people, maybe for a few guys. It's not about wearing a Boogaloo shirt and going out and taking a stand. It is about taking a stand and getting our country back from these morons and buffoons that have stolen it from us. Even the way that this is processed out in the last few months makes no sense. We shut down schools, but we leave abortion clinics open, calling those essential. Now, I don't want to chase the abortion topic today, and if you chase it in the comment section, I'm not dealing with you. That's not the point. My point is, why would an abortion clinic be essential? Makes absolutely no sense. How about this one? A lot of states, I don't know if all of them have, I know in our state we certainly have, but in most states, the states that have lotteries have left them open. They've allowed people to go to gas stations and still get to do their scratchers. Bang! I am done with any government official that says the lottery is essential. Just the other day, I stood in line. We were 6 or 8 feet away from each other, and I stood while some nitwit at the gas station did his scratchers because it's essential. Yet I can't go down the road and take my kids to school because it is shut down. It makes absolutely no sense. That one, I will snap and say, I'm done with anybody that presents that to the public and says, oh, we need to keep that open. Hey, did y'all see this one? I put a picture up here of somebody who we don't know who did it. The internet hasn't figured it out yet, but he put a mannequin down fishing down on the beach, and they sent multiple cops down to arrest that guy. Turns out it was just a big dummy. Who's the real dummy in this situation? What's interesting for me is how many counties and states and municipalities are sending 2, 3, 4, and 5 police officers down to arrest people who are in a solitary place, totally social distance, and yet they're sending multiple cops. And where do they take that person? They put them in the back of the car with another person and slam them into jail to keep them safe. Makes absolutely no sense. Schools are closed. Absolutely. That one's kind of bugging me today. And then we had this idea of billionaires telling us what to do. Did y'all see this one this week? Mark Cuban has hired paid actors or paid activists, I don't know what you were going to call them, but he's hired his employees to go into restaurants to see if the restaurants are social distancing the way that the WHO guidelines say that we should. It is not a billionaire's job to police us. Not starting it on Bill Gates, but Bill Gates and Mark Cuban, they can suck my big toe. Don't care. Don't care if you don't like that one. That one makes, not a fan of that one, of people in power telling us what to do. You know, I think I'm at the point now where middle America is a little bit fed up. I know I am. And I think middle America is just done. Several years ago, we were dismissed as being deplorables. The one that got me was we were also dismissed by a nitwit as living in flyover states. But I think the flyover states and us, middle America, you and your family, I think we're fed up. And I think we're ready to get our country back. I think we're ready not for a boogaloo, I've said it before, but for a back to work-aloo, a back outside-aloo. Let's get our country back. And I do think that matters. I do think that the disconnect, this is my final point, that the disconnect between what the mainstream media says and the powers that be and Nancy Pelosi sitting in front of a $22,000 refrigerator eating $15 ice cream. If you notice that the Senate and Congress are both still being paid, yet we have to stay home and we can't earn a living, yet all of them sitting at home still getting paid, and they sprinkle a little stimulus check. These folks, mainstream, the powers that be, and middle America, there is a vast gap, a divide, a delineation, a bifurcation between these two belief systems, and I think we are absolutely getting fed up. So, to Mark Cuban, to Dr. Levin in Ventura County, California, and to Bill Gates, from my cold, dead hands, let's get this country open, y'all. Bye.